Eno ye Salam TV.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome to the Islam in Finance show, our dear viewers, and thank you for keeping up with the show and the different shows that are airing on Salam TV. We are in the Islam in Finance show that airs every Saturday from 4 to 5 p.m. And here we discuss what it means to run business and finances in general, looking at all the different varieties of the financial industry in alignment with Islamic finance. Sometimes we get deeper into the business world, and it is because at the end of the day, when you are doing business, even in alignment with Islam, you really have to understand the concepts of business. So we are looking at the intersection of finance and Islam, and I remain Nateza Nadia Malka, and in studio today we are joined with Mr. Mtebi Alawi, the CEO of Eurosat Group, where we're going to be discussing somehow a similar topic like the one we discussed last time, which is still about product design for your startup. And today we want to fully understand why is it really important that we design our product, or we consider product and service designing as a very crucial area of our businesses. And we shall also be looking at testing the market with our product or design, with our product or service that we have designed for our startups. And I want to remind you that we are sponsored by Hijaz Finance, an Islamic financial institution that helps you save, earn credit, and also invest in a halal manner. We are located at Conrad Plaza along Nasser Road. You can call 074-000-6123 if in case you have any inquiries, or you can follow up on the different social media platforms using Hijaz Finance for you to get any updates about whatever is going on with Hijaz Finance. Well, you can as well check our website on www.hijazfinance.com for you to fully understand what it means to interact with the different products at Hijaz Finance. Download the app on Google Play Store or the Apple Store for you to be able to open up your account. It could be a savings account or your child's account or your Hajj account. I know some of you have already visited, have already gone for Hajj, and someone out there still wants to be part of the next year's Hajj. Please plan well, and you can plan with Hijaz Finance different Hajj programs running. All right, Mr. Mtebi, kindly say your salam to the viewers and we'll kick off.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, thumma salatu wa salam, Sayyidina Habibana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Dear viewers, we are glad to have you today and to have us in the studios today. We have a lot to discuss with you. We have a lot to learn from you, and we have a lot to deliver to you that we have learned over time that we can now share with you. So we are glad to be here today, and I'm glad to be hosted here in the studio.
Alhamdulillah. All right, Mr. Mtebi, just a quick reminder, why is it very important that we consider product and or service design in our startups?
Yes, our topic of discussion or our theme today is product design and market testing.
Yes.
Previously, we have been talking about a number of stages of what we termed as the product development life cycle.
Yeah.
Meaning product design, market testing are part of the product development life cycle.
Yeah.
And we we explained product development as a process of, collecting ideas, collecting a number of concepts by different people to come up with a product that can be consumed by a certain market segment, and they are able to pay for it, or they are willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
And we looked at different stages of ideation. We looked at different stages of market analysis. We looked at the other stage of what was it? We did a number of stages in our previous shows, and today we are in for the product design and market testing. So product design is essentially now bringing together whatsoever we have been talking about in the earlier stages, wrapping it up all to now see something that is going to be tested in the market. So that's why we are saying product design and market testing.
Okay, so we've looked at the ideation stage, where we are bringing up all the different ideas we have about a particular maybe problem in terms of solution designing, and we've teamed up with people we think are going to adapt to the skills or the idea development, and now we have something we want to take to the market.
Yeah, as the journey moves, we see that the life cycle starts with ideation.
Yes.
And we said ideas can be still regarded as products so long as they can answer the questions to whom they are solving their problem, and what are they willing to pay for the solution that is solving their problem. So we saw things like feasibility study, where we clearly analyze whether the product will either make profits or it's going to be, produced at a loss. So we are able to determine, should we go ahead and design the product before even we design it, by using the feasibility study and market analysis. So here we want now to move a step from the idea kind of journey to now seeing a tangible or a solution that is now ready to solve the problem. Going away from the idea concepts, collecting ideas, collecting different data and what, and now we are now designing a tangible, something tangible or intangible, but the real solution that is directly solving the what? The problem. And the idea behind product design is, since we have been collecting a number of data, collecting a number of ideas, so here we have clearly refined what features of our product are we gonna start with.
Okay.
And now we want to put the product into place with those minimum features we have talked about.
It doesn't mean that the product is already perfect.
No, it doesn't mean that the product is perfect, but we are now going away from now the kind of,
the theory
concept
part.
Actually, that is the right word. We are moving away from the theory to now seeing something that is going to solve the problem we are talking about. And now people can come and pay the money and we deliver the solution. So with the product design, we are essentially collecting everything that we have been theorizing, and we have been trying to validate whether it can make our product the best. Then we are wrapping it up and we are putting it up all now to deliver to the market. This is why these two concepts were brought together to bring up that correlation of how they drive into each other. Immediately when we have the product designed with a minimum viable product, we are now testing the market.
So before we go to actually test the market, as Muslims, we do have a number of products, a number of ideas that we want to, design into products. What are some of those things that we can consider within between the ideation stage and the market testing stage as Muslims?
Yeah, as Muslims, many of our concepts are so much practical in the what we call an Islamic economy.
Yeah.
And for the case of countries that are not so much into the Islamic economy,
Yeah.
we find it so hard, because we are essentially looking at what market segment we have and what market share can we gain from the segment we are targeting.
Is it possible for the designer to design a product that can go
That's where I'm
beyond the
coming.
Islamic market segment?
That's where I'm coming.
Okay.
So what the product design stage can help you to achieve for your kind of Islamic sided product
Yeah.
is for you to identify features that seem to be Sharia compliant,
Okay.
and then intertwine them with the generally acceptable features that are not stringent to Sharia compliance,
Okay.
in line with the market segment you want.
As
To
long
target.
as they're not fighting against the Sharia.
Exactly.
compliance.
And what it means with Sharia compliant, anything that is not against the Sharia teachings
Yeah.
is what we need to see coming in here. And I believe the sheikhs have a clear definition of what we call an Islamic product.
Yeah.
The Sharia people can come up with a list of the do's and the don'ts when designing a Sharia compliant product.
Maybe
But still,
sometime we should
whatsoever
have
it is, as entrepreneurs, you know, entrepreneurs are everywhere.
Yeah.
Whether you go where or you go where, you'll find entrepreneurs. And these entrepreneurs are there to solve people's problems innovatively.
Yeah.
And what we say that entrepreneurship is all about management. So whether your product is a Sharia compliant product, how do you manage the process of delivering it? Right away from the process of product development to distribution.
Yeah.
So what we need to bring up here is have the Sharia people, you know, validating what could be the Sharia compliance, where should the Sharia compliance be, and where is the product not a Sharia compliant. Then we validate through learning the behaviors of our clients.
Let me re-echo that for our audience. As an entrepreneur or as a startup, you should be consulting the Sharia advisory people or the consultants in Sharia, the ones that are closely looking at products, product design, or looking at finance, or generally being closer to the economic world of Sharia before you maybe do a lot of things, if in case you intend to be Sharia compliant. We are in a country that is not so much looking at the Sharia compliance. However, a particular percentage of the population does care about the Sharia compliance. And it is our role as Muslims to see that the products that we are designing for the world can still be guided by the Quran and the teachings of, you know, the different scholars, isn't it?
Yes. Maybe what to explain it better is in the process of designing our products.
Yeah.
Of course, there are things that we know that are haram, and there are those that are halal. Then we have those that are really confusing.
We don't really know where it falls.
We don't really know where it falls.
I think especially
So,
in the innovative space.
Yeah, product design is so much relied on the concepts from the idea stage. If I'm building a business that is halal,
Yeah.
the products I'm going to reveal, or the products I'm going to release for the market to consume, are going to be
Halal.
Sharia compliant,
Yeah.
because I'm releasing a halal product.
Okay.
Now here comes a confusion, because we have different types of products. We have those products that are tangible.
Yes.
We have products in terms of foodstuffs. We have products in terms of just objects that are not, there are things now like to do with cameras, phones, and so ever.
Yeah.
There are those products that they have different functionalities. So whatsoever you use it for will either make it halal or haram. And we have products that are directly integrated into the haram side or halal side. So we need to define as Muslims, what type of product am I bringing to market. If it's a food stuff, does it need to have a component of, the haram substances like pork, alcohol, and others?
Yeah.
No, it is not supposed.
Yeah.
Right? Then if it is say like TV, a TV is a generally acceptable equipment that can be used either for halal or haram.
Yeah.
Somebody might watch pornography using the TV, and another person might watch some Islamic content or some Islamic teachings using the TV. So do we say that, my product as I'm manufacturing it is halal or haram? So we need to categorize these products as we are trying to think, but the major concept starts from the idea side. That's why I told you, by the time we reach product design, we have already defined what features are to be on our product. And now we want to test out those features to the market. Now the question would be, if I have released a product on market to test for, say, the Muslim population, I'm testing with the Muslim population as the test market segment.
Yeah.
So the feedback I will get will either determine whether this market segment whether my product is really fit for this market segment. I could even think they are the ones to use it, but there is another group of people who have interest in it.
Yeah.
And they are willing to pay for it. So that kind of now traction I'm building as I test my product is what takes us into the testing phase. So we have defined how our product is, and actually we have come up with a minimum viable product which has a number of features that are generally acceptable for the market to consume, and now we want what we call validation and feedback.
How do we get the validation and the feedback?
Perfect. Validation and feedback is another journey now we have started. Because now we have been just talking this. But now, here we are realizing how can our product have legs in the market. Right?
Okay.
And we are answering the question of, do you have what to sell in the market so that people can give you money? If you don't have what to sell in the market, then your business will not exist in the what? In the market. So we are validating, is this business we are bringing to the market, is it able to survive? Are people really willing to pay? Now this is what is going to make our product the real product.
Is it what the people want?
Exactly. Not just want, remember. But
Willing
actually
to pay
here,
as
are
well.
they paying for it? Because the market is selling and buying. Selling and buying. The market has two concepts. You are
So
either
it's-
buying or you are selling.
It's very possible for you to produce a product that is needed as charity instead of one that can be paid for. Like people want it, but they're not ready to pay for it. Have we seen some of those products on the market?
The idea
Mm.
and the concepts built will always determine that. So if the ideas and the concept that were used in the ideation stage
Yeah.
were towards providing this product as a charity product, it essentially can survive because its design was made.
I mean, have you seen any of the products on the market already? The Ugandan market. Have you seen any of the products brought out and people want it? They would rather use it as a maybe take for free kind of product, but they're not willing to pay for.
Like I said, its design should be earlier, just not to pay for and take it. Because how do you own it without paying for it?
So we've not had any product on the market in Uganda that has failed to be taken on.
No, there is what we call a business model.
Yeah.
Now, I might give you a product on a freemium arrangement. Premium arrangement, I mean, you are not paying for it.
Okay.
But in my business model, I have partners whom I sell some of this information that is gathered from my platform, and I own it. I have rights. As you take my product, I sign an agreement with you that I will be able to use this data for whatsoever I wish, so long as it does not harm you. Or I can use it with my partners. So if we sign that agreement, my business model would be much more of a B2B than me charging you. So in any way, if a product is to be consumed for free, there should be a business model behind it. And that business model is what we are calling for people to be able to pay for that product. Now, indeed, I'm giving you certain services, but when I'm selling my product, I'm not selling that service. I'm selling your information. That's why I sign with you an agreement.
Oh.
That
the actual product that is being
I'll give you an
sold.
example with Google.
Okay.
Google is the best ad company in the world, and almost 70% of its income is got from ads. The Google ads you always see.
Newsflash. Okay.
And these ads, how do they make these ads?
By getting information.
They are collecting your data
So
and they are
every
interpreting
login,
it.
Every sign in, every.
They have algorithms that interpret it, and then they can target the right market for people to come and advertise their goods and reach out to their
clients.
prospects. So by so doing, as you give in your data, you sign with Google that this data will be used with our partners. The other businesses are Google's partners. That's why it is able to give them the information. They also have agreements. So the product they are selling is
The information.
the ads.
Yeah.
And these ads are built up by analyzing this data,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So it depends on how you have designed your business model. That's why I told you we need to go back to the idea and the concepts built in the ideation stage for us to determine. But as entrepreneurs, we do sell to get money. We don't take things for free to the market. Yeah.
And you wouldn't advise that.
It still goes back to the idea. there would be a funder
Yeah.
who is funding for that, and they don't need people to pay for that, because if they fund for it, they have other avenues. I cannot determine it because people have different business models. But I mean, from the entrepreneurship perspective, you can't do business without it making money, because you are not a government. Even if it's a charity organization, if it is to give away something, they need to buy it. If it is to manufacture it for themselves, they need to go and get money that is going to produce it, and then they give it out.
Okay.
So there is a model behind.
So back to the feedback collection in your MVP testing.
Yeah, there is something we talked about last time. We called the lean startup methodology.
Yeah.
And this lean startup methodology is something we advise entrepreneurs to use, and other models that they can find out fit for their businesses. But to me, a lean startup methodology gives me the real feel that I'm building something and it is really going somewhere. So what does
startup methodology?
The lean startup methodology was introduced by some earlier entrepreneurs who saw it important that a product to be consumed and to actually be successful in the market, it has a number of stages that are needed to be achieved, and they can easily be proved. So here what we want is some little bit of proof
that it can actually make sense.
That it can actually make sense. Much as we are entrepreneurs, we have the passion, we have the energy, and we have the zeal to be successful. But I mean, how do we do the accountability for whatever we are doing? So this lean startup methodology, it has a number of principles.
Okay.
And what they tell you is that one of the principles is that they tell you entrepreneurship is everywhere. And this is what we have always been saying here. Don't think that your idea is the first.
The best billion-dollar
is the
idea.
first and the best. No. Ideas have always been there, and entrepreneurs have always been there. Some die, others come. So the process keeps on what? So entrepreneurs are everywhere. And we know what entrepreneurs are doing. Entrepreneurs are using the opportunity of solving problems with their solutions, and they earn from solving the problems. So the other principle is entrepreneurship is management. If you're a businessman, that's the management we are talking about.
You're supposed to be able to manage the different processes.
And what is management? Management is giving a sense of direction. Giving a sense of direction. So here, you are giving a sense of direction to your business. Where is it going? And this is why now we come back and we get the real proof of where our product is going. If my product was being consumed by 5 people and now the number rises to 10, really, can't I define where my direction is or where I'm going? So such a things can give us the real. Then we have what we call validated learning. So with validated learning, we get to learn from the validation processes we go through. If I realize that my milk is better when it is getting warm, but when it is still so hot, it is not good. Or when it is still so hot, it is good, but when it's just now getting warm, that's now when it goes bad, right? So who are those that are giving me that feedback? I might have not, realized that as the manufacturer.
And then maybe
And
the lactating
we don't
mothers
say
are telling you.
exactly. We don't say that you test for your own self. You give the market to test, because in the market people behave differently, and we want them to use their behaviors to give us the feedback. So with an example of milk we are giving, so if at all one of your distributors is bringing back the milk and they are saying the same thing about the packets being brought back, so this means you are going to realize, if I'm to validate my formulas for coming up with this milk, or how I process this milk, what could have caused this? Now you are doing what we are calling validated learning. You are learning from the customers who are using this product to validate your production.
Before we get to that point, how are we distributing these products or services? How are we ensuring that they're reaching our target audience, our presumed target audience at the moment? Do we, because I've seen certain manufacturers, especially maybe in the food industry, you find that they're going to give a few of their neighbors some freebies to get information. And like, when do we incorporate in which strategy? When do we give in a freebie for, feedback collection? When do we start actually selling? When do we sell on the price that we say we want to sell on? Because now I believe before they come to tell us that, for instance, the milk, it does not taste so nice while getting warm. It tastes better when it's hot. We have to first have distributed this milk. What is the process we are using here?
You are taking me into another deep thing, but there is what we call the go-to-market strategy.
Okay.
By the time we go to testing, market testing, we should have a simple market strategy. The market strategy keeps on validating. We keep on validating it depending at what stage we are going.
Okay.
Now, at this stage of testing, what are our objectives? Right?
Yeah.
Our objective is to really realize, are we thinking of the right market segment?
Are the people we said we are producing,
what can we study from their behaviors?
Okay.
The behaviors could be the preferences of your product. Say you are selling yogurt and you have vanilla and strawberry. What do people prefer most, and why are they preferring most? Why are they preferring it most? So we are trying to study the behaviors of our clients as we get close to giving them what exactly suits their behaviors. So our objective here, or our approach here, should be so much of a customer focused approach than the product focused approach. That's why we are using
to learn more from the customer than
exactly.
What our product.
That's why we are using the minimum features or the minimum viable product to test and see how do they behave, what do they want more from us. Right? So that strategy is different from a strategy when you have exactly known what they want and now you are launching. So from the market testing is where we have the launching bit of it. But what I can say at this point, we laid down objectives and we laid down a simple market testing strategy. This marketing testing strategy could have a promotional campaign. buy one, take two, right? You buy one, you get a coupon, right?
Yeah.
You buy from this place, you get 3 for free. So there are promotional. So we there is a lot that is there that we also need to consider when we talk about now real marketing. If we are going into the product marketing,
yeah,
we have a lot to talk about there, but inshallah, when Allah gives us the opportunity, we shall have to demystify it and bring everything out. But at this stage, yeah, we can have different promotions,
yeah,
across different market segments for us to feel, to get the real feel. You know, I will remind you when Reham was coming here to test with the market, their price was unbeatable. The price was low, the quantities were affordable, and the bottles were excellent for the environment in design and, you know, flexibility.
Yeah.
The bottle was affordable, it was flexible, and I mean, the taste would give the real taste of the soda they used to take.
Yeah.
Now, that could have been a promotional strategy. The promotional strategy would be creating a cutthroat competition. And then people were able to test and put a difference. Is it really Coca-Cola tasting good or Reham tasting good? Some people became Reham fans, others remained Coca-Cola fans.
Yeah.
But I mean, people gave their feedback, and I mean these two brands were able to validate. And one of the key points where Coca-Cola validated their product was an adjustment in the quantities to come up with a smaller bottle that would compete with the other what?
So a certain company designed a go-to-market strategy, and it gave feedback to the competitor as well.
No, it designed its go-to-market strategy,
yeah,
to test out and see what people like more, and people were into it. Okay. But since business is competition, now competition had come up, and this competition created an ecosystem where the feedback now would be general to all the beverage manufacturers.
Okay.
To know how customers behave when it comes to quantities of what they consume. How do they behave? So that feedback was quickly gotten by both companies, and they had all to make sales. And by the way, with competition, it is very healthy. Competition, if you see somewhere where there is competition, try to establish a business there. Because it means there is
business.
Money.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to Nasa Road, everybody is selling papers. Everybody is in stationery.
Yeah.
Every shop. When you go to Nakasero Energy Center, you will find people selling electrical materials. And I mean, they are all selling, because everybody who wants to come for the electrical materials,
they know
they would come there, and you know what? So they are attracting more customers by competing. And I mean, everybody would get money out of it. So that's what competition creates. It creates the sense of an ecosystem, or the industry standards that people are able to consume things that are right for them.
And as Muslims, we understand that everyone has their own rizq.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. All right, thank you so much. Our dear viewers, thank you for keeping on. Thank you for providing the different feedback. We see you on Facebook. We also see you on YouTube. Though we would wish that you subscribe, more of you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Salam TV YouTube channel, and also provide more feedback on the show. What are you learning? How is it impacting your business out there? And what do you think you need to learn more? You can as well suggest the different individuals that can be part of the show for us to widen our scope of learning. We appreciate the presence of Mr. Mtebi. We also appreciate Salam TV for providing such a space. We keep reminding you that if you are looking for halal savings, credit and investment option, as in terms of an institution, in terms of a partner you can move with, Hijaz Finance is very ready to serve you. And we are located at Conrad Plaza along Nasser Road. It is the sponsor of this show. We want to learn what Islam says about business, and beyond that, how best can we build groundbreaking businesses. We as Muslims need to leave legacies, not just with children, but I mean we need to impact the economy in a way that has never been impacted before, and that is why we are here. We thank you for keeping on. I remain Nateza Nadia Malka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
Eno Ye Salam TV.
I can't believe the season's nearly over.
It sucks. I mean, I have no idea what I'm going to do with all this time on my hands.